Hello class 7, welcome back to another session of computer class. This is your Abhijit sir, and today I'll be presenting you the topic components of MS Excel. Components of MS Excel. First component is worksheet. It is a grid of vertical columns and horizontal rows. It is also called an array of cells. A worksheet may also contain data in a cell and also text that labels the data. Now it has 16,384 columns and 10,48,576 rows in Office 10. So, worksheet, that is the place where we work, okay? And worksheet consists of vertical columns and horizontal rows. Now, when these vertical columns and horizontal rows intersect, they form a cell. And in a worksheet, you will find arrays of cells. So many cells are there. As just now I told you that there is 16,384 columns and 10,48,576 rows. So you can imagine, so there are so many cells which we call array of cells. Now in these particular cells we can enter numbers for calculation purpose, and we can even write or enter the text matters. Okay. Next component is workbook. Now it is a collection of multiple worksheets stored under a single name. That means, as you know, that workbook consists of 3 worksheets, that is sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3. So whatever work we do in the worksheet, all are stored as a single file name, and it is known as a workbook. That means workbook, inside workbook there is a worksheet, and in the worksheet there are sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3, and you can increase the number of sheets if you want to work in more sheet, like sheet 4. How to do that? You just have to right click on the sheet 3 and you have to choose insert, so it will increase one more sheet. So by default there are 3 sheets. So whatever work we do in the worksheet, it is stored in the workbook under a single file name. Next is your title bar. Now the topmost bar of a window is actually known as title bar, and this is the place where your actual file name is displayed. By default, when we work in a workbook, by default the file name is book 1. Now when we save the file, say to maths, now the file name will change from book 1 to maths, which will be displayed in the title bar. Now the next component is sheet tab. Now sheet tab is generally located at the left hand side bottom of the workbook. Okay, what it does, it displays the name of the sheet. If you are working in sheet 1, it will display sheet 1. If you are working in sheet 2, it will display sheet 2. Next is row. So as we know, while working in a worksheet, it consists of rows and columns. So it is a horizontal space across the window on a worksheet. Now each row has a row header identified by a number. So whatever number you see, that is the row address you can enter, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a row number, or we can identify a particular row through a number. The rows are numbered starting from 1, 2, and the last row number is 10,48,576. Column. Now column is a vertical space up and down a worksheet. So each column has a column header, and it is identified by letters like A, B, C, D and so on. So there are 16,384. So when it reaches X, the next column header will start with AA, AB, AC, AD. So when we end with AX, again it will start with BA, BB, BC. Like this it will carry on till 16,384 column. Next is the cell. Now the cell is the intersection of a row and column. Where the row and column join, it becomes a cell. So it is the basic unit of worksheet. Why is the basic unit of worksheet? Because this is the place where we enter numbers as well as text. So we work inside the cell. So that is why it is called the basic unit of worksheet. Next is a cell is named with a column letter followed by row number. So this is actually known as cell address, and it is one of the important component of MS Excel. This is cell address. So whatever formula we write, we use the cell address. So if I ask you what is the first cell address, then the first cell is, you have to see from the column header, that is column header start with A. So it is A and the row number is 1. So the cell address of the first cell is A1. You always start with a letter followed by a number. So the next cell address will be B1, down of B1 will be B2. So this is the cell address. Active cell. The highlighted cell that has a dark border outlining is known as active cell. That means whichever cell we click, that particular cell becomes active cell. Why it is called active cell? Because this is the place where we enter the data. In other cell we cannot enter the data. So that's why that particular cell is known as active cell. Next is range of cells. It refers to a group of cells adjacent to each other forming a rectangular shapes. So for example, if I choose from A1 to E5, so when we select that A1 to E5, then it becomes a range of cells and it forms a rectangular in shape. Formula bar. Now this is the place where we generally type the formula. So it is located beneath the ribbon, just below the ribbon. It displays contents of the active cell, and it is also used to enter and edit. Edit means you can change both data and formula. So this bar lets us to enter formula for a particular cell. So if you enter in the cell say text, or if you enter numbers, it will be displayed on the formula bar. So generally formula bar is used to write formula. So formula always start with equal to sign. Remember this. For example, suppose we want to find the total from B2 to E2. So what I will write, equal to, we will start with the formula equal to sign, equal to sum. Sum is the name of the function that will add the value. So equal to sum in the bracket B2 to E2. That means from cell B2 to E2 add all the numbers. Suppose in B2 we have say 10, in C2 say 20, in D2 say 30 and E2 say 40. So it will add all this 10, 20, 30, 40 and it will give you the output. Okay, so that is the function of formula bar. Next is name box. Just the side of formula box, on the left hand side we will find a box called name box, and it is used to display the active cell address of a worksheet. So whichever cell I click, suppose I click on E10, then it will display the cell address in the name box. It will be displayed E10. So this name box is used to display the active cell address. Next is dialog box launcher. Now it opens dialog boxes of task panes on being clicked. So when you click on this task pane, then you will see a dialog box, and that is why it is called dialog box launcher. Next is shift navigation tab. Now it is located to the left of the shift tab. It helps to navigate. Navigate means to move from one sheet to another sheet between multiple worksheets. Now these features are actually active when if you work with a large number of worksheets, say 50, 20, 100 worksheets when you are working, then this navigation tab becomes active. and then we can move from one sheet to another sheet within the same workbook. View buttons. Now it is used to present different views on the worksheet. Now there are three view buttons. One is normal view, second is page layout view, and third is page break preview. Now when we work, that is a normal view we are working. Now if you want to change the settings of the size of the sheet, then you have to go to the page layout view. And if you want to see how my when we take the printout, how it will come on my page, so to see that we have to see in the preview page, that is page break preview. Next is zoom control. Now zoom function is generally used to increase or decrease the size of the worksheet. So it helps to magnify or reduce the worksheet view as per requirement by dragging the slides on either side. Quick access toolbar. Now it is at the top left of the page, and it allows shortcut for commonly used commands like save, undo, redo, and open. So you don't have to go here and there in the tab. We just have to click in the quick access toolbar and we can save our file, we can open our file, we can undo and redo also. Whatever work we want to get it back, then we'll get it back. So that is why it's called quick access toolbar, so that we can do our work quickly. Next is scroll bar. Now it helps us to view the information that does not fit or visible on the screen. Now there are certain part of the text or numbers which is not visible, which you cannot see. Some part is gone bottom or some part has gone to our left. That's why there are two scroll bar. One is horizontal scroll bar and one is vertical scroll bar. The vertical scroll bar helps us to go up and down, and horizontal scroll bar helps us to go to the left and the right side. So to see the text or the numbers which is not visible, we can click on those arrow marks or the horizontal scroll bar, vertical scroll bar, to see the text which is not visible or fit on the screen. Next is ribbon. Now ribbon consists of three parts, that is tabs, groups, and command buttons. Now tabs, these are specified tasks. There are 8 tabs, namely home, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, view, and theme. You will generally find in PowerPoint also, you will find in MS Word also, and now you will find in MS Excel also these tab buttons. There are 8 tab buttons. Group. Now group within each tab are subtasks for tab. So when we click on say home tab, now we will get more subtasks like clipboard, fonts, alignment, number, style, sales, and editing. So this is called actually group. So under the tab there are some subtasks which is called group. And the third is command buttons. These buttons are used to perform certain tasks in the form of icons. Now if you see the worksheet, it exactly look like this. Now if you see quick access toolbar, just see the arrow mark, then you see office button, then you see the ribbon where you will see 8 tab buttons, and under 8 tab buttons there are certain groups also, and you can see some icons, that is called command buttons. Okay, now we can see right now the command buttons like paste, then D, I, U, bold, italics, underline. So these are actually command buttons. Now under that ribbon you will see 2 boxes, one where it is written A1, that is actually the name box. The name box generally displays the active cell address. Now what is the active cell? Now you see from top A and you see from row 1, so A1. So that is why you can see that dark border highlighted, that is actually active cell. So when we click on the active cell, in the name box you can see the cell address. Now just side of the name box you can see the formula bar. Now this is the place where it will display your text or numbers, whatever you type in a particular cell. And this is the bar which helps us to type the formula. And formula always starts with the equal to sign. Now you can see A, B, C, D, E, F. This is a column letter. And you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the row number. Okay. And the rectangular box is called the cell. And where I click, that particular cell becomes an active cell. And down of it, you can see by default there are 3 sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3. These are the tabs. So if we want, we can also increase the sheet. Just right click on the sheet 3 and choose insert. So you will get another sheet, that is sheet 4. So I hope you can understand this leveling part. Hope you all have understood the lesson. We will soon meet in our next session. Till then, take care. This is your Sir signing off. Thank you.